Hi guys, and welcome back to 7th Crown Tarot. My name's Louise, and today I'm going to be doing a reading for Aries. If that is not your sign, but you saw the title and it resonated for you, definitely stick around. It still might be for you. I personally have seen videos where, and I personally watch videos where even if the title resonates for me and the sign isn't for me, sometimes the message is still for me. So I'm gonna get right into the reading. I've already pulled some cards here for you, Aries, and it seems as though I'm gonna describe what you've been through here. So this seems like you have made a decision here already to walk away from a relationship, and this is because you've bettered yourself. With the Eight of Pentacles and the Emperor, you've put in a lot of work to change yourself for the better, to step into your power. And it seems as though this past relationship, you were reflecting on it for a really long time and had a really hard time deciding whether or not you wanted this still in your life. You could have invested a lot emotionally into it. And so walking away from all of this was difficult. There's a term for this. It's not investment fallacy, but there's some sort of term for it where you invest a certain amount of time into something, and of course it's going to be difficult to walk away from, even if it's not a good thing for you. And I feel like this is what that situation was, because you got the Five of Pentacles here. This situation was actually taking away from you. It was barren. It made you constantly feel like you had to regress in some way. Maybe this was emotionally. Maybe this was always feeling like you were taken advantage of. Here, with this Three of Pentacles. It's like you were always being leaned on for help. And you didn't want that anymore. I'm seeing here with the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups, there's something here coming towards you. There was something here that came towards you. Some sort of karma, positive karma. That there was like you getting in touch with your emotions at one point. And deciding that you wanted an equal give and take with this Temperance. You've got a lot of major arcana here in your reading, so this makes me feel like it wasn't a small deal. This was a really big relationship in your life. This was one that you placed a lot of importance on. You wanted a better offer. It feels like, almost like from this other person's perspective, that this could have seemed to come off very cruel and calculated, but that's only because this person lives in some sort of delusion that maybe what they said or how you feel about the situation isn't so bad. So let's see. Could you clarify the Emperor and the Eight of Pentacles, please, Spirit? Walking away was really difficult for you. It took a lot of effort. I see you really paying attention to the details here when it comes to walking away from this situation, because of the amount of time, of the amount of effort that you put into trying to constantly fix it. But it feels like also with this situation, all you were left feeling is as if you were constantly at war. And you constantly had to be ready for war. But you didn't want to be in this vibration anymore. And that's why you walked away. You wanted to be in this Ace of Cups And I feel that you sensed intuitively that there was an Ace of Cups here coming for you. And the only way that you could truly receive it, this is where it is. The only way you could truly receive it was by walking away from this person. Or walking away from this group of people. But I do feel like this is a specific person that felt that you would be there with them through thick and thin. But it reaches a point here where it's no longer you're being there for them through thick and thin. They're creating the thin constantly because that's what they're used to. They're used to being in this state of lack, in this state of dependence. This person could be very codependent on your energy. And so it was very draining being around them. It could have gotten to the point where you were neglecting your intuitive hits, neglecting the things that you felt were right in the situation, in order to make them feel better, in order for them to not feel as bad about themselves. So you got Sagittarius here so far, Aries, Virgo, a water sign. Actually, a double confirmation of water signs. So water signs would be Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. Could be dealing with any of those. Also Gemini. I'm seeing Gemini as well here. But there was so much indecision here with this Two of Swords in reverse. It's like you weren't trusting yourself when you were around this person. Or maybe this is what the person wanted. They wanted you to not trust yourself. They wanted to lay seeds of doubt in your mind. It's something about them not being ready. Not being ready to go to the next step. And that's okay. But they can't try to keep you back, because that's not okay. Everyone has their own journeys, and I think that that's something that we all forget. It's like we get so attached to this physical realm that some people really want to keep things the same, constantly keep things the same, even if it hurts the people around them, because they're comfortable with their situation. So they try to convince other people to stay comfortable in the situation that they're in as well, because they don't want to be alone in it. Because then that means they have to do some self-reflection. That means they have to do some growing up. Or it could mean that they have to face their problems alone. I'm seeing that for some reason with this Seven of Wands. It's like they might not feel quite up to par the way that you do, because it's right beside this Page of Wands. They don't know how to step into their energy the way that you do, and I feel like this person really looks up to you. They really look up to you for your ability to stand up for yourself, for you to think on your own and be independent, like an independent thought leader, but also independent emotionally. And let's see what else before I say anything. Let's see what else. Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah, this person's very stuck. I feel like this person is stuck in a tunnel. That's weird. Like they're stuck in some way of thinking that they can't shake free from, but it's because of their own... That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do currently. And you're not going to try to convince anybody to change their mind. Like, that's not your job. And I feel as though this person almost... Oh, okay, so I'm getting another thing here about them trying to convince you to a certain point that they could have their mind changed, but then it almost being a trap of some sort? What? Okay, that's confusing for me because I can't fully understand this. Okay, it was a trap because they wanted you to wear many hats and accept very little. Wear many hats and accept very little. Maybe this makes sense to you. Maybe they wanted you to put on some sort of mask that was strategically created by them. And they were like, okay, well, this is who you are to me, and now you're going to play this role. And this person could be like this to the people around them, because oftentimes when people are like this, they tend to do this to not just us, because it's not a personal thing. They could be doing this to every single person around them and causing a lot of chaos because of it, in their own lives, in other people's lives. That was 11:11 on the clock when I was looking at it, just there. Holding on too tightly. Yeah, this person was holding on way too tightly to you. And it was causing a lot of instability in your finances here, for some reason. With this person's energy was disrupting your finances. So I'm feeling as if because you have removed them from your vibration, from your energy, there's some sort of domino effect here that happens as a result. So you'll be able to springboard yourself into this area where you can actually make money way easier than you used to. You won't have to work so hard. You won't have to struggle and constantly have to balance things in order to make money. Because around this person, all there was lack. This person could be very traditional in their values, or they could have expected you to really follow a lot of rules with the Hierophant. You could also be dealing with Taurus here. But something here also with them being very materialistic. This is so weird. Okay, there's contradicting energies here of this person having extreme poverty mentality, but then also being very materialistic. So this could be them trying to cover up how truly poor they are. And I don't know why this reading is so much about them. It's so heavy. The High Priestess and the King of Swords. For some reason, this feels like two counterparts here. These feel like counterparts. The High Priestess with the King of Swords. Both intuitive people in their power. One in their spiritual power, and one who is very logical. So I could be explaining you and another person that acted, I don't want to say against, but decided to make some sort of action that was for your highest good. Could you tell me more about this High Priestess and the King of Swords? Page of Swords, yeah. So this was against this Page of Swords. I'm gonna get some more cards because my deck is starting to get really small, so I'm gonna get another one of these. And I'll be right back. I'm just gonna cleanse the deck real quick. All right, so we're back, and let's see what else is going on here. Just gonna pop these here. Okay, so what else is going on here, Spirit? It feels like there was some sort of indecision here between two people as well about whether or not something was the right decision. So this could be like an afterthought around a Queen of Wands, which would make sense if you, I mean, you're my Aries, right? So this could be regarding you. So I think now that everything has been said and done with whoever this is, they see that you're actually a lot more powerful than they thought that you were. And they see their own weaknesses. It's really pointed that out for them. It's pointed out how uninteresting they are, and they could be really speaking poorly on your name right now because we did get the Queen of Wands in reverse. So it's almost like trying to manipulate your image and say that you, I don't know, do witchcraft, or like, oh, you put a spell on them. You know that song, I Put a Spell on You? I don't know why that's playing right now in my head. So like something about like voodoo or something. They could be talking about you doing all of these evil things behind closed doors. Oh, you're definitely doing that because this, and this is happening. This person is freaking out. I feel them freaking out. Like they're thinking, wow, I messed with the wrong one. And this isn't something to be proud of. It's just more so that this person is very superstitious. And or maybe they could be acting very superstitious, but I do feel like this person is superstitious. So if you do notice them being a little nicer to you lately, that could be why. Maybe they're afraid of you now for whatever reason. Two of Pentacles. Okay, so they see they can't manipulate you into being who they want to be. So if they can't manipulate you into being who they want to be, they're going to tell people that this is who you are, and they're going to paint a picture of it. They're going to try to take away some sort of credibility from you. I feel like this person is really trying to take away credibility. Is it working though, Spirit? So I'm interested. I feel like the answer is no, because people know who this person is. I feel like this person has a like some sort of, they're starting to show. They're starting to show in some way. Like their true personality is starting to show because they can't hide it. They can only hide it for so long. Well, you got the Sun. And the Eight of Wands in reverse. You stopped something in its tracks. And it's showing people just who you are. That's the proof. The proof is the fact that you're not talking about this. You're not going towards somebody who isn't investing in you and is constantly trying to stop your blessings from coming in. Maybe the story that they're telling people about who it is that you are, or what happened between you two, it sounds weird. There's something missing here, and it's like everything has been told from every perspective except for the perspective of, well, what did they do? What did they do wrong? And this person just doesn't seem to ever get to that point. They take no accountability. And I feel like people are just out here seeing you live your life. Seeing you be happy. And that's the biggest thing. People are seeing you be happy and not give to people who are not giving the same back to you, and they're just toxic. So, good on you. I think it really shows so much about a person by who they give to, how they feel about themselves. And I feel like that is what it is. you feel like you love yourself. You love yourself so much. And so you're not going to give to someone who's constantly trying to think of new ways to screw you over, or that's just how they have fun. You're reinvesting into yourself. Yeah, with the Chariot in reverse. Like, you're deading a situation. You're no longer going towards it. And with the Seven of Pentacles beside it, it's like you're reflecting upon the things that you've invested into. And you're deciding to pay more attention to the things that actually give back to you. Any other messages here, Spirit? Any other messages here, Spirit? Feels like a missed opportunity of sorts for them. Because I feel as though the situation that you just went through with them, or maybe this is like an ongoing lifetime situation here. It could have been a learning opportunity for them. They could have learned so much from you, and yet they chose not to. They chose to fight against it instead. And so they're not going to get what it is that they were supposed to get from this situation. And you're getting your justice. Because in all cases, at the end of the day, you made the right decision to not fight and instead to walk away. And if someone else is deciding to perpetuate some sort of fight, that's, it's their problem. But I see you really detaching from the situation. Being the bigger person here. With this King of Cups and the Emperor in reverse. You're being the bigger person. You're not exploding on this person. You're not... Like, yes, you're standing your ground with this King of Cups. But you're doing so in a way where you're like, well, you know what? Everything's fine. Everything's okay. And everything's going to be okay. So let's see what else comes out here, Spirit. What else do you have for Aries today, Spirit? This is going to be the final message here. I hope this helped you in some way. I hope it was, at the very least, validating. So, we got the 10 of Swords. What a beautiful way to end the reading. It's an ending. It's a beautiful ending. Obviously, 10 of Swords is painful, right? But you've learned everything you needed to learn from this situation, and it's sharpened your blade. I've said this before. It's sharpened your blade. And it's allowed you to see how people like this person, how they think, why they act the way they do, and who they do it towards, and how they target people. Stuff like that. I feel like you've really learned a lot from this person, and this person has learned a lot from you, and now it's time to go separate ways because your vibrations are too far off. You're too different vibrations. So that's what I saw for you today, Aries, and I hope that you enjoyed your reading, and I'll see you again some other time. Today is the 3 p.m. live reading, so I hope I can catch you there, and if not, I hope you have a good morning, good evening, good night, and I'll see you again soon. And if you're looking for private readings, I still do have some discounted private readings down below. You can click the links in my bio, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!